talk about it. Talking about more than 7,500 nurses graduated from this nursing school in Florida, some nursing schools in Florida, and now they're all in trouble. Why? We're going to talk about that. The government is suing Google. Yes, the Department of Justice is suing Google. Why are they suing Google? Speaking of suing somebody, it's some inmates in Texas that are on death row. They're suing the prison also. Why are they suing the prison? We're about to talk about all that and a whole bunch more. That's all coming up, starting with Pop Tops. You kicking it with KC. Let's get into it, baby. My name is KC, MC, 10 plus years on radio, programming, radio personality, and more. But we about to get into these popular topics, starting with this first story coming from justice.gov. This is the government website talking about more than 7,600 fake nursing diplomas issued by more than 24 individuals. They're being charged in the Southern District of Florida for their alleged participation in the wire fraud scheme that has created an illegal licensing and employment shortcut for aspiring nurses. The story is coming from justice.gov, like I mentioned before. Now, this is coming from some unsealed indictments saying that the defendants engaged in a scheme to sell fraudulent nursing degree diplomas and transcripts. The bogus diplomas and transcripts qualified the purchasers to sit for the National Nursing Board exam. And after passing it, they would get their license and then they would become actual nurses, registered nurses, or LPNs and VNs. Now, they said the overall scheme, like we mentioned before, over 7,500. They're saying more than 7,600 fake nursing diplomas were issued by 3 South Florida-based nursing schools, all of which have been closed as of right now. Now, the defendants that are being charged right now are facing charges from conspiring to committing wire fraud. And that's pretty much as well as distributing illegal or unauthorized diplomas for the nursing school that the nurses never even completed. Yes, the nurses never completed the courses or the clinicals, yet they received their degrees, was able to take the NCLEX, and then some of them would pass and then probably get actual nursing jobs. Now, this is the thing. If you were in a situation where you were smart enough to still pass the NCLEX without cheating, even though you paid probably, I think they say up to $15,000 for a nursing degree, I will go on to say that you're probably smart enough to be a nurse. Let this person be a nurse. That's what I would say ultimately. If you you paid for to go to a school and got a nursing degree when you didn't even complete the course or the clinicals. All right, you know you were fraudulent in that way. That's why I feel like not only should the schools get charged and people involved in administration, but some of these nurses should get charged. If you paid to go to school but didn't do any clinicals and didn't complete the courses, absolutely you should be charged too. But if you were to pass the NCLEX, which is a very challenging exam, without cheating, I think you definitely deserve to go ahead and be a nurse. That's just what I think. But now they're saying they want to go ahead and charge the people, the administration that was in charge of the schools and things of that nature. I think, yes, they should be charged, but they should also be charging these nurses. Charge the nurses that failed the NCLEX. How about that? Charge the nurses that failed the NCLEX. The ones that passed the NCLEX, let them pass. That's just like people on death row fighting in the army, and you say, y'all on the front line, in the infantry, foot soldiers. If you survive, you get your freedom. If not, then you lost. You're a loss and casualty, a casualty at war. I think this is the same thing with this. Go ahead, let the few of them out of over 7,600 fake nursing degrees that's out, a few of them probably passed the NCLEX. Let them go. They smart. They're the exception. They're the outliers. Other than that, the ones that fail should be charged, including the administrators of the school. That's just what I think. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat or in the comments. Please do that for me. Kicking it with Casey. We about to go ahead and switch up these topics real quick. I got another one for you I want to talk about. talking about the Justice Department suing Google. This story is coming from the source.com. Now, the United States Department of Justice and 8 states are filing an antitrust lawsuit against Google as of Tuesday, January 24th, I believe. Anyway, they're seeking the breakup of the company's online ad business. The importance of this is that this is the second major antitrust lawsuit filed against Google by the U.S. Justice Department in the last 3 years. And if it is successful, it could force Google to sell off much of its ad business. Now, we all know Google or its parent company, Alphabet, they're conglomerates, man. They the big dogs, if you don't know that. Google is Google. YouTube is Google. Shout out to YouTube. Google is Google. We all use Google as a search engine. And then they own a bunch of Google Maps, all these other things they own. These are companies Google bought over time, over the last 15 years or so, maybe 20 years at this point. These are all companies that Google has purchased. They purchased Google Maps. They purchased different companies that provided these services. And now they're this big conglomerate. Now they're saying, the U.S. Department of Justice in 8 states are saying, y'all just own too much, especially in the digital marketing space. Now they're saying prosecutors must prove that Google holds a harmful monopoly in a clearly defined market. Google can argue that its services are free to its consumers, making it tough to prove how its market dominance harms them. So Google is saying, hey, Google Maps is free. Google is free. YouTube is free. How are we dominating? Like, this is still an open market. People can come in here. It's not like we're charging people and cornering the market. So they're saying this is a different story. They're saying this could be, now in case you don't know, these antitrust lawsuits could take years to be solved. So we're not expecting some type of resolution anytime soon, relatively speaking. But ultimately, yeah, Google has a dominance. Everybody's on YouTube. Everybody's searching via Google. We're using Google Docs. We're using Gmail. All of which is owned by Google. They run advertising, sponsored ads, and placements on these different sites that we just named. You know, if you ain't bought the premium YouTube, you're watching ads in between all of these videos. That's a prime example of what we're talking about. Do you feel like Google owns too much? In a country that's based in capitalism, that says everyone should have the opportunity to own a business, make their money from their business, and live and thrive freely in a competitive capitalist market, Google is just doing that, and they're offering free products. So you think Google is doing too much? Should Google have the right to own all these companies? Don't be a hater, because haters would just be like, yeah, they should get that up, they should own all that. But why? If they're offering free products, what would be the contrary to that? Okay, you got Google Maps and Apple Maps. I hate Apple Maps. Always does me wrong. Now, Google Maps have done me wrong a couple times recently, but it does me less wrong than Apple Maps as of right now. So I personally prefer Google Maps, but that's just me. I think, especially with me being a small business owner and advertising right now, do I feel like Google has a dominance? I wouldn't say the dominance, because you can advertise with Meta, Facebook's parent company. So that's Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Messenger, things of that nature. You can advertise on Snapchat, TikTok. TikTok is a major leading social media platform when it comes to active users. So I wouldn't say they have a dominance, but yeah, they dominate search engine space. I'll probably say the user-generated content video space. Those type of spaces, yeah, they own them spaces. But I mean, can you blame them? It is what it is, though. That's just what I think. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments. I would say call into the show, but I don't have the phone lines hooked up right now. But I got one more topic for you. Let's talk about this real quick. Death row inmates in Texas. This is coming from apnews.com, the Associated Press. They're actually filing a federal lawsuit as of yesterday, against the Texas prison system over its policy of mandatory and indefinite solitary confinement for all prisoners who are awaiting execution, saying it causes severe physical and psychological harm. That's what they're saying, death row inmates. Now, some people on the surface might be like, why do the death row inmates have or need any rights whatsoever? Y'all probably killed somebody, probably robbed somebody, stole from somebody. Y'all didn't get that victim that opportunity or the right to keep their stuff, so why should you have any rights? And I lean towards that too, but also you gotta think, is this cruel and unusual punishment? They're saying severe physical and psychological harm. Now, I don't understand the physical harm per se. Maybe the fact that they are saying the severity restricts their access to human interaction, medical care, and legal representation, as they are confined to an 8x12 cell for 22 hours a day, man. Now, that could cause some physical harm if you are restricted access to medical care. You might have some type of predetermined conditions, pre-existing conditions, diabetes, high blood pressure, some cancer. You might have one of those and you need your medicine. And they say you can't even get that just because you're in solitary confinement. Now you have death row inmates suing. Now this is a class action lawsuit being filed in a Houston federal court on behalf of 182 male inmates on death row right now. One of the inmates, his name is Mark Robertson, 54 years old. So he spent 31 years on death row and 21 of those years in solitary confinement. Lord have mercy. This man don't know nobody. 21 years in solitary confinement. 21 years, bro. It's 2023. That takes us back to 2002. He missed everything. He don't know nothing. He know nothing about the smartphones, barely know the internet. He just probably, he been 31 years on death row. That's going back even further. That's going back to the 90s. To 1990, damn near. I mean, you see what I'm saying? So, yo, he don't know nothing. Nothing. Now, to be in solitary confinement for that long, I'm like, yo, y'all might as well just kill me. Now, excuse me, I hate to say that, but I kind of get that. That could be severe punishment. But depending on what you've done, do you deserve any type of right when you didn't give the person, the victim of your crime, any right at all either? But these are humans. If you're gonna lock them up and keep them alive, or you know what I'm saying, lock them up in the first place, let's get something out of them. Keep them, you might as well keep them well and make them do free labor somewhere. Clean up the communities. Knock down these abandoned buildings in these communities. You see what I'm saying? Clean up the streets, the sidewalks. That's what I'm talking about. They should be doing that. Other than that, if they're on death row, you planning on getting rid of them. Why they on death row for 21 years or 31 years? Why? 31 years you on death row, bro. You've been expected to be gone. Y'all just dragging on at this moment. I think y'all might as well just go ahead and get them up out of there, or give them all the rights that they want. That's just me thinking out loud. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat or in the comments. You know what I'm saying? You can't call into the show right now because I ain't got the phone, but we about to go ahead. Keep it moving. Let's talk about some music real quick. In an audio audit. Oh, yeah. So I listened to, technically 2 projects. I didn't put the other one down, though. The first one was Lil Yachty. His project was called Let's Start Here. This was 14 tracks, 57 minutes. So just outside the normal range of projects that I like. I like my projects to be between 30 and 45 minutes. I think that's a perfect time especially in nowadays when our attention span is so short. 30 to 45 minutes, you still got my attention. You outside of that, it's taking a little bit too long, bro. What you doing? So this is a little bit too long. But I will say, this is a nice vibe. This is a nice vibe. You know what it reminded me of, though? I don't know if they will. No artist wants to be compared to somebody, but it reminded me of a Childish Gambino album. Like, Because the Internet. It reminded me of Because the Internet, what's the other one he had? The album that he had with Redbone, with the black lady with the little blue thing on her. It was black and blue, the cover. But anyway, that's what Lil Yachty's album, Let's Start Here, reminded me of. It wasn't bad though. That's what I will say. It was a nice vibe where I am in my life right now. I was like, all right, this is pretty nice. I could listen to this. So because it was on that type of time, I was like, all right, this ain't that bad. But other than that, I'm like, why Lil Yachty doing this? I wasn't expecting that from Lil Yachty, but I appreciate the range from a different artist. But because I heard this from certain artists so often now, I'm like, are you just doing this because this is some sort of trend? I don't know. Maybe his audience likes it. I appreciated it, don't get me wrong, but I was just like, I was wondering why are you doing this, Lil Yachty? Why you doing this? That's just what I was thinking. But let me know what you think about Lil Yachty as an artist. Let me know what you think about Let's Start Here as a project, or any other projects from Lil Yachty that you listen to. Go off in the live chat in the comments. We're about to switch up projects because I was in the middle of listening to Trippie Redd's latest project, Mansion Music. I listened to this on YouTube Music. No endorsement, but shout out to YouTube Music. This was hour 16 minutes and 25 tracks. So way longer than I want. So I definitely didn't get through this whole thing. But I probably listened to like the first 6 tracks. Let me tell you some songs that stood out to me. He had a song with Future called Psycho. That was track number 3. Then Future came right back with Fully Loaded and Lil Baby. That was hard. Fully Loaded with Trippie Redd, Future, and Lil Baby was hard. Gotta give it to him on that. Then Trippie Redd and Juice WRLD, Nightcrawler. That was pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even like Juice WRLD music like that. I know he can freestyle. I know he can rap. But I don't like his music like that. But that went hard. I like a couple Juice WRLD songs, but that went pretty hard. And that's pretty much where I stopped. After that, it was, it just is what it is. Trippie Redd will put out some decent songs for me to listen to every now and then. I like Topanga, Taking a Walk. I think that was another song that I liked, one of his earlier songs. I like, all right, cool, I can get with this. Overall, Trippie Redd I'm not in his audience. I can tell you that right now. I'm too old. I ain't got no tattoos. I ain't with that rock hip hop type. I feel it, but I'm not that. So I'm not his audience anyway, but I appreciate it for what it was. It wasn't bad. I would recommend it. I would recommend both albums, but let me know what you think about Trippie Redd or Mansion Music as a project. Go off in the live chat in the comments, but don't call them to the show. Let's keep it moving, baby. Yeah. We're about to talk about TV shows and movies we saw recently, scenes I saw on Corn Stream. Let's start off with Kaleidoscope, this TV show. This is not a TV show. They call it a series. This is on Netflix. No endorsement. 1 season, 8 episodes. The episodes are labeled by colors. This was marketed as a series that you can watch with the episodes in any order, right? The whole series is based on a bank robbery, a team that gets together, like some Ocean's 11 type stuff. They all get together, they got different skills, they have problems, they break into a bank, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the thing, somebody double cross somebody. Somebody gets the money over everybody. Everybody thinks it's somebody else, pointing fingers, whatever. So the fact that they advertise it as you can watch this in any order with the episodes, each episode takes place in a different time period of the heist. It'll either be like 4 years before the heist, 24 hours before the heist, during the heist, right after the heist, 4 years after the heist. You know what I'm saying? Those are the episodes based on the time periods. I'm like, I don't feel like it should have been marketed as you can watch these in any order. Because you definitely should have watched them in order, starting from years before the heist, leading up to the heist, and then years after the heist. That's how it should have been. Other than that, it's kind of dumb. Like, you can get it as you watch them, and I feel like that could probably damn near be with any show. You'll probably get it as you watch them, even though it's scrambled, but it's still like, it serves no purpose. It's better served the way it should be served. For y'all to switch it up and scramble it like that was dumb. There were time periods, and I always judge movies and TV series off this. There were times where it was too unrealistic. Bro, somebody should have definitely got shot. Somebody should have got killed. You know what I'm saying? Somebody should have got caught. And then none of that happened. So I'm like, nah, this, there were moments where it was too unrealistic. I'm like, all right, yeah, I can't get with this. But for what it was, a lot of people liked it. I wasn't a big fan of it. That's just what I think. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments. Let's switch it up to another project that I watched. This is a movie. It's called Megan. We watched this on Paramount Plus. No endorsement. This was an hour, 41 minutes total runtime. This was based on a young girl who lost her parents and had to move in with her aunt, who was some type of engineer, and she manufactured, toys for kids. And she incorporated into artificial intelligence. Long story short, she created a doll, a life-size doll, a girl doll that basically could talk, had her own AI language model like ChatGPT, which we'll get into later, and just could move and everything. Sleep with you, give you advice, damn near raise you. So it eventually started killing people, protecting a little girl. So it's supposed to be a horror movie. It was too many funny moments in here for me to actually take it as a horror movie. So yeah, there's that right there. I laughed a lot. I didn't even take it that serious. Now yeah, the doll did some killing, but once again, it was a bunch of unrealistic moments that I was like, I can't even see this happening, bro. Give me something that I can actually see happening. A lot of these moments, I'm like, nah, I'm not convinced, bro. Especially as somebody who grew up watching iRobot and films before that where robots took over. We already knew what was about to happen. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of these movies are for the younger generation. Unless you make it super realistic, man. Then maybe it can reach everybody. But other than that, I know you're just trying to reach a certain audience. This ain't for everybody, bro. And a lot of movies and a lot of projects aren't. So it is what it is. But other than that, Megan on Paramount Plus, no endorsement. I would say, yeah, I would recommend it. If you like in your 20s and you're a little 20-year-old girl, you'll probably enjoy this. That's just what I think. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments. But you can't call into the show. Second to last section. Let's go ahead and switch it up. And let's talk about sports, baby. From the stands of a sports fan, my man, Pots and Pans. Starting off talking about boxing. Gervonta Davis, Tank, he got the job done against Hector Luis Garcia. January 7th, he got the win against him. Shout out to Tank. Now, he's scheduled for his highly anticipated fight against Ryan Garcia. No relation to Hector Luis, to my knowledge. For April 2023. They did announce the date. I forgot to put the date in there. It might be like the 16th or something like that. I forgot. Whatever. But both undefeated, highly anticipated. Both been talking a lot of smack. So we've been waiting for this for a while. Boxing fans. I'm a boxing fan. I ain't a historian like that. But, I could watch a fight. At this point, I don't care who it is. But, these are big names right here. So we're going to rock with this. And give me your predictions in the live chat in the comments. I'm probably just go ahead and say Tank, bro. Just for the culture. All right. Let's switch it up. Switch up sports, I should say. I want to talk about the USFL. That league officially starts April 2023. So this year starts in April. Now they announced that it's going to actually be in 4 different hubs now. All the games were played in Birmingham, Alabama. Last year, 2022. 2023, they're going to have in 4 different places. Canton, Ohio, Memphis, Tennessee, Ohio, Tennessee, some other place in Michigan. Oh, Birmingham is going to still be in Birmingham, and it's going to be in Michigan. in Detroit, Ford Field. That's where the other hub is. So it's going to be hosting the Michigan Panthers and the Pittsburgh Maulers or something like that. That's the USFL. So shout out to the USFL. I really got to talk about college football real quick since I missed this. Shout out to Georgia. Georgia Bulldogs got the job done. They won the national championship 2022-2023. So shout out to the Georgia Bulldogs. Got to give them their props real quick. Then ending it with the NBA real quick. Let's talk about it. Let's just run through it real quick. Oh, there's some other stuff in the NFL I had to talk about. My fault. So NFL-wise, also speaking on the conference championships. AFC Championship, NFC Championship. You got the 49ers versus the Eagles. Sunday, January 29th, 3 p.m. Then you got the Bengals. Joe Burr, a.k.a. Joe Shiesty, versus Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. 6:30, January 29th. I got Jalen Hurts and the Eagles over Brock Purdy and the 49ers. Ooh, Joe Burr against Patrick Mahomes. Ooh, Joe Burr against Patrick. I damn near can't even predict that. I'm going Joe Burr. Joe Shiesty. I'm going with it. I'm rocking with it. I like this. I like his attitude. I like his demeanor. Now I hate to go against Patrick Mahomes because that boy bad. That boy good. That boy good, bro. I hate, but you know what? I'm just gonna say who I would like. I like the underdog right now. I would love for Cincinnati to get their championship and end their drought, just like I want Detroit to do eventually. So, yeah, I see the Eagles and the Bengals in the championship, and I don't even want to say who gonna win, even though I would love for either one, black quarterback or the underdogs. I want either one. Then we gotta say rest in peace to the former Lions player Jesse Lemonier, dead at 25 years old. Cause of death yet to be revealed. He played for the Detroit Lions and the Los Angeles Chargers. And he was on the Cardinals for a little while since 2020, man. So rest in peace to him. Condolences to him and his family, man. Just wanted to put that out there, too. That happened in the NFL. Then moving on to the NBA real quick. Not too much to talk about. We slowly moving into the All-Star break. But let's talk about LeBron James. LeBron James, the only player to score 40 points on all 30 teams. Congratulations. As you know, I'm a LeBron hater. All right, but I'm showing respect. He scored 40 points against all 30 teams. One of the only players to do that, if not the only player to do that. So I gotta show him. I live to see that. Then he's on pace to beat Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, having the scoring title in NBA history with the most points scored in NBA history. Right now, I believe he's 158 points away as of January 25th, if I'm not mistaken. Now, based on his career scoring average of 27.2 points per game, he would need 6 more games to break that record. And that will put him to reach the milestone on February 7th against the Oklahoma City Thunder. That's if he keeps that pace of 27.2 per games per 27.2 points games per 27.2 points per game, excuse me. If he keeps that pace. Now he could beat it before, he could beat it afterwards, but it looks like it's gonna be beaten February. So the fact that I lived to see that, I wasn't alive for Kareem to beat that record, not that I know of, or I wasn't watching that as an adult. I'm gonna be alive to see this. And it's gonna be a while before somebody probably beat that record. So I wanna give respect to LeBron James for that, beating that record. I hope I get to actually watch that game. And I gotta give him up for that. I gotta give him respect. Other than that, LeBron trash. I just had to get that off, man. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments or call into the show. 313-466-4386. Before we get up out of here, I gotta get something off my mind real quick. I just gotta think out loud. So sometimes I'll be driving DoorDash, right? I'm not gonna, I do my thing. Extra money every now and then in my pocket. So sometimes I gotta deal with these unruly, rude ass cooks or cashiers or whatever the case may be, drive-through workers at these fast food restaurants. And sometimes I gotta snap back. Now, usually you don't talk crazy to people that's handling your food, but they not handling my food. They handling their food. I'm just the middleman picking it up. So I be talking all types of crazy to these people, picking up these food when they get to acting a fool. Because some of these people need to be replaced by robots. They be dumb. They don't know how to acknowledge people when you walk in a restaurant, or they just be playing around. It be young people in these restaurants playing around at the drive-thru, slapping each other, rapping and shit, playing with me, asking to hit my blunt while I'm in the drive-thru. No. So yeah, y'all need to be replaced. And I be talking all types of trash to them, and they probably be doing stuff to the food, but I don't care. I ain't eating that food. I'm the DoorDash driver. That just me thinking out loud. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments. But you can't call into the show right now, man. Hey, listen, before we get up out of here, I need you to do me a favor. Kick it with KCMC on all social media. That's KIWKCMC on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. That's the abbreviations for Kick It with KCMC. And follow my sponsors. Show some respect. Put some respect on their name. Team Elite. They're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Also at Team Elite 313. And check out their premium urban base athletic casual wear, t-shirts, sweatshirts, tech fleece, jogger sets, varsity sets, and more. It's all on their website, teamelite313.com. Ask your mom, baby. Appreciate you for kicking with KCMC season 9. We got to clean it up. We're going to switch it up to a whole nother channel. I appreciate you for kicking with me. We will give you more information on where the content will be, but I just had to get this off, man. Thank you. We'll be back.